For the Cyclones, the redshirt sophomore, the transfer from Iowa, ready to take on Kelin Laffey of Pitt. Laffey, a redshirt sophomore, Valencia, PA, Pine Richland High School. Hit on the board for the first time thanks to Dylan Evans, a 16-4 lead as we cross the halfway point. From Hilton Coliseum on a Sunday afternoon, the final home duel of the year for Dresser's Cyclones. Boy, Riggins got to his offense the other night, didn't he? Put up 21 in the win over Arizona State.
He definitely did. And it just seems like he's really settled into 165 pounds more so than when he was at 184 and 174. It really seems like he's a little bit calmer, a lot more confidence, and he's just finding himself. And this was more so a weight that he was at when he was in high school. And so I think for him, it's always just been about getting that confidence back that you had when you were in high school. And sometimes it's hard to transition.
Riggins won a couple of state championships. You mentioned 152 one year, 160 pounds the second year, part of that powerhouse Waverly Shell Rock program. A little more than a minute into this first period, no score. This is a toss-up weight when you look at Pitt. They have Jared Kessler, who picked up a huge win on Friday night against North Carolina. Kessler's sitting at 8-8 this year, and then you have Kelin Laffey, who we're seeing this afternoon, 6-3, and this is only his third duel of the year, and he's in some trouble as Riggins gets to the takedown in the three.
Beautiful head inside shot, got up and drove through. And I think I love when the young people, like when you do have like a tight head-to-head bout in a college room, is you let the guys figure it out in the room first, and if there's no clear person, you give them both opportunities out there on the mat and see who's going to show up under the lights.
Especially as you get late into the calendar year, and you know, there are teams across the country with a couple of guys still searching and looking to be that guy that gets his name called come March around conference championship time and eventually leading into those allotments in the NCAAs.
Because your strength of schedule, your RPI is key when you're looking for those automatic qualifiers and which guy might have an opportunity to be seeded, not seeded, and give you the best time to score points.
Absolutely. Riggins again in on another shot. Coming up over the top is Laffey, but Riggins has this puppy deep. He's in a good position to score. He has time to work. 25 seconds. Neutral danger. You see our official right on top of that. Again, for the second time, Laffey able to avoid the neutral danger, but he can't avoid the offense and the traditional three there by Riggins. He had a feeling, Kyvan, he was in deep. If time would allow, he had certainly enough time to finish it late and get that takedown.
Absolutely, and he was right here, boom. Just like you said, he was in there deep, looked to get him in that neutral danger. You could see his like intensity picked up because he knew what the timing was around. He's like, I gotta score this, and sooner than later.
Laffey gets into the top position as we start this second period. Laffey wrestled all the way down at 149 last year, but more at his natural weight here in 25. Third year with the Panthers. We saw him last season in the duel against Virginia Tech. Mentioned this is his third duel of the year. He's went 1-1. Beat the Navy wrestler to start the year, but then lost to Thane Lawrence of Lehigh. 9-4, but Keith Gavin giving him an opportunity today. Kind of an unusual spot here. Yeah.
Gonna have to square that off. He's getting high right here. Laffey is
getting real high. Opportunity for Riggins maybe to slip through that back door.
He's looking to get adjusted. Now he's collecting that own foot of his. That's something you kind of see in jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts. more than you do like wrestling, grabbing that own foot.
Working hard, putting a lot of torque on that shoulder, but again, he is very high here. Riggins in a position maybe if he can free that head to get the reversal and the 2. And there it is.
Great job right there from Riggins. Just stay persistent on it. Riding time now moving in his favor as it's
Laffey gets away, cutting the deficit down to 6. Short time with 11 seconds to go, and we'll get one more start in the center. Talked about Riggins. He wrestled 184 last year for Iowa at the Big Ten Championships. It was his opportunity to bump up a weight and try to help the Hawkeyes in their lineup. He went 12-13 for Iowa last year. Joined the team really late this year as far as the transfer goes, as he made the jump in August to join Dresser in the Cyclones.
If I remember correctly, when it was coming down to his recruiting visit and where he was going to choose to continue, you know, college-wise, it was down to Iowa and Iowa State, and he chose Iowa at the time. And I think he has some good friends on the Iowa State team. He roomed with Chittum, I think, over in Iowa City, who also came over from there. So
spent a couple years with the Hawkeyes over in Iowa City, did Aiden Riggins. Riggins dumps him over, another 3, and an 11-3 advantage. So a really productive weekend for Aiden Riggins. 21 on Friday night. He has 11 more here against the Pitt sophomore a little more than 24 hours later.
And you always love to see when someone goes through their struggles and they start to come out on the other side of it. He's really started to settle into 165, and he's looking to put points up on the board and really just like release his offense.
Laffey hasn't been able to go anywhere off these arm ties. Just like Dylan Evans latched on to the arm, he was able to get some first period offense at 57. Not the case for Laffey. Despite getting to his tie, and Riggins burying him again, and 3 more. Aiden Riggins, all of a sudden this weekend, an offensive machine for the Cyclones.
Might be looking to elevate that, get to that lower left shoulder of Laffey.
Has Laffey's leg hooked up and elevated up in the air, but just can't get the upper body turned over. But nonetheless, 14 points for Aiden Riggins. Improves his record to 20-12 this year. And a major decision win, 14-4.
Nice dump right there from Evans. Right.
So Iowa State